So Super Smash Bros. Has absolutely set the standard when it comes to 4-player action fighter experiences with the unique mechanics around platforming and your damage counter, essentially allowing you to fly further off the stage as the damage goes up. And of course, we've seen numerous companies attempt to recreate this Smash style game with games most recently like Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, as well as before it, PlayStation All-Star Battle Royale. And in today's video, I want to take a closer look at Multiversus, as it is now in open beta, and we need to discuss whether or not this game has achieved any kind of notable success when it comes to those crisp, tight controls that Sakurai has perfected with numerous releases over the years, and have that final conversation on whether or not Smash Bros. Does indeed have a new challenger in 2022. What's up, nation? If it's your first time on the channel, make sure you join Sunbro Nation by subscribing below. Hit the like button on this video if you enjoy it today, and make sure you turn on your bell notification icon so you're kept up to date with all the newest gaming news. Now, as I mentioned, guys, today we are booting up and looking at Multiversus together, which will be an interesting one to watch as it does head towards its official release, because of course right now this has reached the open beta stage. They did have a closed beta section that I was not selected for, so I've been waiting a while to check this out, and I'm a little bit late to the party. I believe at the time of filming it's been out for either a week or maybe two at this point, and I know doing very well on Steam and online with concurrent players from what I could tell. And so I'm excited to get my hands on this and kind of see what we're going to be looking at in terms of gameplay experience. Really, me being pretty picky in the fact that I've stuck to the Smash Bros side of fighting games like this for legitimately since the N64 era and when Smash was originally born. So I've always kind of been a stickler for how controls work in fighting games like this. Now, we have many different characters to choose from, which is going to be an interesting thing to see with Multiversus and the future, because this is a free-to-play game, meaning that gacha style can be expected, and I'm sure one of the ways they will do that is with locking behind many different exciting characters that, with the roster of what WB has access to, as you can see, characters like Shaggy versus somebody like LeBron James from the basketball world is totally possible with WB's lineup. And then of course you have Scooby-Doo, you have superheroes, I mean, you name it. I'm gonna go ahead and play as Finn with the sword here, since I have many others locked and I'm a fan of Finn. So we'll basically hop into a bot match just to kind of see how the mechanics look and feel. The issue that I have with a lot of these Smash clones is if it's really aiming to be a one-to-one Smash type of experience, it has very tall shoes to fill, because of course we've seen all the well, let me figure out if I'm supposed to be doing match is starting. We're good. So we've seen all of the numerous fine tuning and tweaks released with each Smash Bros iteration, and you know, whether you're a fan of the melee competitive style that still has its own competitive scene and you think that is the pinnacle of the controls, or most recently with Smash Ultimate, which I would argue is probably the best way to play Smash now. However, I have a ton of nostalgia for Melee and definitely can understand why there's a lot of love around that game even today with the competitive scene and things. Now, I've not played with Finn yet. I played briefly as Shaggy for the tutorial, and one thing that I will say that stuck out from the tutorial is, as I mentioned, like, you see this game and you kind of expect it to play exactly like Smash, and while it does for the most part, it feels quite a bit different. I'm not comparing this specifically to Smash. One of the things being, like, one of the iconic things with Smash Bros being the jump is actually able to be pointed to like the up on your analog. Jump is the X button here on the PS5 controller. So like the bottom action button essentially will be your jump button, which immediately, I know you can change controls around, but that immediately makes it feel very different than Smash Bros. And then just kind of the dodge mechanic being tied to the circle button, where you can side dodge here. You can also do your roll dodges. It's not quite the same without that classical like shield and then shield style roll dodge mechanic that's in, or dodge roll rather, mechanic that's in Smash Bros that we've all become so accustomed to. So right out of the gate, I guess the positive I would say is that I am kind of starting to look at this not like as a one-to-one Smash attempt, but rather like something entirely of its own that's very much just like inspired by the Smash genre of games, right? So you also have a heavy focus on team gameplay, which we may or may not do in the video depending on how this match goes and things and how long we spend on it. But you know, for me, I guess while that's a cool selling point to be like, oh, we're more focused on teams. Oh, well, apparently I got eliminated there. We're more focused on the team gameplay aspect of things. It's like, for me, maybe it is done really right, but I've always preferred the 1v1 or free-for-all, which you can do in this game. I've just noticed them they've been marketing the team aspect of this game and what it has to support there a lot. Probably just to differentiate itself a little bit from Smash, because you have to realize that Smash is the godfather of this style of game, and Sakurai has put in so much work over the years, and the incredible character roster that we see in games like Smash Ultimate. It's hard to put anything even close to that level of pedestal that it is on now. And while this one, you know, I guess what you could say is the compelling thing just to give it a try is the fact that when this officially launches, and even right now, it is free to play. Now, one big caveat with this game, and I'm hopeful we see WB make this right here pretty soon rather than later, because you'd assume with a series like Smash and something trying to be successful like Smash Bros. That you would want it on the Smash console, which is the Nintendo Switch. And as of right now, there is no confirmation that this game is coming to any other consoles other than the traditional, you know, your Xbox, PlayStation, PC, essentially everything except the Switch. So that's a little bit frustrating. Graphically, yes, it looks impressive, but it also, like, I'm playing the PS5 version with all the different we'll go ahead and hop into a different match and just do like a 2v2 real quick. But, you know, I'm playing the obviously spruced up version on the PS5 with everything enabled. You could just scale down the resolution some, turn off some of those reflective effects. And I'm pretty sure that this would be a very simple game to run on the Switch. It's not one of those that's outside of the realm of possibility of being able to run. Now, one thing you will see with all those different menus there, and one thing we need to kind of spend just a second of time on, is that this is laid out in a gacha style game. So it's not going to be exactly that kind of Smash Bros experience where it's just all focused around like local multiplayer and you get most of the game out of the gate and you can just hop into endless matches. You can with the characters that you have, but you have things like a battle pass. You're unlocking gold coins as you go, which may be 1,500 of those or 700 of whatever those gems are, and I just unlocked 200 gold coins for playing that last one. So you know, whether we'll go with teams this time, we'll stick to bots, but whether or not, you know, that is kind of the a turn off or just something that's nice because, hey, at least you can play for free. I don't know. I'm more into a old school pay for a finished game and then get the content added in, although I can definitely see the appeal of not having to put any money up front just to check out a brand new experience and a brand new gameplay style. So this is one I can see myself potentially getting into. I don't think that I will put all the money in the world into it, although you never know with certain characters in the Warner Brothers universe. We may see certain characters that just end up, if I really start to enjoy this gameplay, that maybe I get into the online matches and things, I might want to have that character and spend just a little bit of money on it. And I'm not opposed to supporting the developers for obviously what my initial impressions are positive. It's just for me, and I'm sure many others out there, if you're going into it with the mindset of I want something as good as Smash but different, or just with different characters, I wouldn't compare it like that. I would compare this as a different gameplay experience altogether, just being very close to the Smash Bros style of gameplay, which, you know, you can see pretty clearly on screen. And, you know, they have the classic damage counter where you fly off, the higher damage you get. That does move with the characters, which is like a little bit weird at first, but then now that I've played a few matches with it, I guess, you know, I'm getting accustomed to it, I guess you could say. It's just, I guess the biggest thing with this is if you've been a long-term Smash Bros fan that just has stuck tried and true to the series, anything that attempts to play like that it has very tall shoes to fill out of the gate. And I will say that the controls are responsive, but there is also it's like that fine-tuning that I talk about that Smash has just mastered over the years that, you know, and to be fair, this isn't beta. We could absolutely see things like this change. But I do definitely think, and that was pretty cool. I'm not minding playing a Superman right now. That was a pretty cool combo that ended up happening there. You know, it's one of those things where the controls just never feel to the level of Smash Bros quality on any other game that I've played that has attempted to be a Smash clone. Like, it has such a, I don't know what Sakurai did to make it feel as crisp and responsive as it does, but you know, this plays like Smash Bros, but is also very different. And you know, I think the fun part of this would be, and there is a heavy focus on like leaderboards and rankings, is more if you were into like the online competitive style side of games like this. I can see this being one that you would put a lot of hours into and really get hooked into that. Almost Call of Duty, Fortnite style, you know, level up your character, level up your profile, get like different medals and unlockables. Like, that's very much the vibe that I'm getting of this, with the gacha style game being, of course, a free-to-play one. So, you know, for me, that's like not really the most attractive gameplay style, and I never end up really getting into games that typically go that route. There's a couple sections in the main menu that says coming soon, so we'll have to see what those are exactly, but there was something that said campaign or single player. I haven't looked fully into this. Somehow Superman turned into a turkey momentarily. I don't really know how to explain what happened there. You do have like charge attacks and things too. You have quite a bit of similarity to Smash Bros, just difference in how the controls are mapped. And I may even look into seeing how things are, you know, what the customization options. Maybe I like a control. I think it's really just gonna be getting used to it. But right now it just feels jarring whenever you're staring at something that looks like Smash and it doesn't play exactly like Smash. So yeah, for me, you know, whether or not this game has like some kind of single player experience, that'll be interesting to see. I'm gonna guess like if there is anything on the single player side when it's finally released, it's gonna be lighter on content, because the entire idea behind this is to create that online competitive scene to the point, and to WB's credit, and I wish that, you know, every company would start to get more into this with these multi-platform games, but you can play cross-play on any console, and I just think that in the modern gaming era, with where we're at, that's such a win, and I definitely think that needs to happen. I think we just lost this match, which is no problem, because we're going to get ready to call the video here anyway. But, you know, initial impressions are positive, and just, I would say, if you're like very pumped for this game, go into it with the mindset of like in the Smash Bros family, but it feels very different than Smash, and I think it is trying to kind of be its own thing. And I could see this being a lot of fun if you have other friends, you want to get into ranking matches together, you know, you want to voice chat together, hopefully, you know, between PlayStation working with Discord in the future and Xbox already having the Discord app on their insider program. Like, you know, in a perfect world, one day we'll be playing the games we want to play online with whatever friends, all on a cross-platform lobby where we can all talk. Maybe Nintendo will get there one day, 10 years in the future, you know them. But if you want to check out Multiversus, it is free online right now. You just have to sign up on WB's website. I'll have a link to their website in the description down below if you guys do want to check it out. But it's a free-to-play game for the beta. It will be free-to-play at launch as well, and then just expect all of those microtransactions and character skins and character customizations, as well as just probably brand new character packs that you would have to pay for. But definitely one that I would say does do a good job at providing Smash Bros. A challenger in the modern era. But if I just have to pick which one I'm going to spend more hours on with friends, Smash Bros., I would still say in 2022 remains the king of this style fighter game. So at this point in the video, guys, I want to hear from you personally on if you've played Multiversus yet, if you intend to check it out after it's through its beta or during its beta, and what your overall impressions are. Especially if you have played it, definitely let me know how you feel about the controls, the style, the gameplay. I've been very early game here, so I want to hear from any and all people and opinions of what you've seen so far of the game and how it plays if you have played it. So please share all your thoughts and feelings on all things Multiversus and Smash clone games in the modern era in the comments down below. Go watch Friday's video next if you haven't already, where we discuss an additional data mine that hit Mario Kart 8 Deluxe following the update of Booster Course Pass DLC Wave 2 that actually reveals all of Wave 3's tracks and even additional tracks in Wave 4 through 6. Also, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next video.